Hello everyone, welcome to LearnQAEasy.com. Today topic is SDLC, Software Development Life Cycle. So life cycle means there you can see different phases. For example, take human life cycle. In human life cycle you can see different phases, right? Like birth, child, young age, middle age, old age and death. This is human life cycle. In life cycle you can see different phases, and in each phase you can see some growth. Birth to child, some growth will be there. Child to young, some growth will be there. Okay, once you move from one phase to another phase, there you can see some growth also. So this is human life cycle from scratch to birth to end, death. In software development life cycle also you can see different phases. From scratch means gathering requirements to maintenance phase, different phases. So let's see who is going to involve in this life cycle and what are the phases. Okay, software development life cycle starts from the initial phase, that is gathering requirements. For example, here my client is Bank of America. Okay, they want to automate some their transactions. They need software. What they can do, they will contact software development company. Okay, so here one person is going to gather all the requirements from the client. Who will gather the requirements? Business analyst, BA. He is going to gather requirement from the client and he is going to write one document, that is business requirement specification document. You can call it as BRD also, business requirement document. Okay, so what it contains? It contains the business flows of the client. What is business flow? For example, here the Bank of America client is saying, okay, one person end user going to open either savings account or checking account. Daily he will do some transactions. We need to save all the transactions somewhere, and monthly statement, automatic monthly statement should be generated and it should send to customer email ID. In savings account, if he is saving some amount, okay, for every 3 months we need to calculate average amount. On average amount we should calculate 3% interest and it should add to client account. So just observe here, client is giving business flow, his requirement, but BA also don't know, the client also don't know where they're gonna save all these transactions, how they're gonna calculate 3% interest on average amount. Okay, they don't know anything. Just simply client is saying his requirement and business analyst gathering all the business requirement and he's going to put in BRD document, BRS document, business requirement specification document. So BRS document contains business flows of the client. Then technical requirement specification document, TRS document. You can call it as SRS, software requirement specification. You can call it as FRS, functional requirement specification. You can call it as SYRS, system requirement specification. Whatever, the document is the same, based on the organization the name will be changed. So what it contains? The TRS document is going to contain the technical flows of the application. What is technical flow? In business flow, simply we are saying, okay, calculate 3% interest amount on average. So how to calculate? If user is doing any action, means any process, how to process, everything you can see in technical flows document. Okay, that is TRS document, technical requirement specification document. Who is going to write this document? System analyst. System analyst is going to write this document, and many guys are going to involve here. Let's see. For example, right now I'm in New Jersey. Plainsboro, a small village. Okay. In Plainsboro, Bank of America branch, I am trying to deposit $100 into my account. The cash counter person simply open my account and he will enter $100 deposit and he's going to click on save button. Where it's going to save? It's going to save in database. Where is the database? It's present in the same branch. It's going to save in the same machine. No. They can, I'm giving one hypothetical example for understanding. Okay. So here they can put one local server somewhere in New York City. So in New Jersey, New York, in surrounding states, many branches will be there, right? All the branches requests will be hit this server, local server. From local server to area server. Somewhere in Atlanta, they kept area server. From area server to in California, they put one central server. Central server attached with one centralized database. So here your request is going to be saved, the $100 deposit information. Okay. Once it's saved, the response will send back to the central server, from central server to area server to local server to cash counter person machine, client. He will print confirmation, like already you are having $100 in your account, the total amount is $200 present in the account. He will give the confirmation. So observe carefully here, client to server, server to server, server to database, database to server, some communication is going on here, right? This communication is called network. Okay. So here in this phase, in technical requirement specification document generation phase, network managers, okay, and database managers, DB managers, project manager, and architects, all these guys are going to involve, many guys, okay, like QA manager, others also. These guys, all the manager level people are going to involve in this phase. They can analyze the requirement, client requirement, business requirement. According to that, how to meet that requirement, according to that, they can write technical requirement specification document. They can put all this information, servers information, communication, how to communicate, how to process one request, everything. Okay. So the architect is going to write one design document. You can see high level designs and low level design documents. So what is design document? Basically we can think design document means how to appear screens, UI. Not only UI, system means our application. If user is doing any action, he is trying to process something, how to process request, clearly they can put under design document. It's very important for the testers and developers also. Okay, based on the design document, we are going to write our test cases. The developers are going to develop the code. Let's see what it contains, the design document. For example, DSL connection, dial-up connections. What is dial-up connection? Through phone, you will get internet. Okay, for example, AT&T internet connections. First, you should have some phone number, phone connection. If you applied on this phone number any new internet connection, they are going to provide new internet connection on this phone number. Okay. So let's see here. Already I am having this phone number. So when I was applied this phone number, at that time I submitted one application form. Here I submitted my first name, last name, address, zip code, SSN, all the required information. Okay, now I am applying for new internet connection on this phone number. For example, I know your phone number, I am your enemy. So what I am going to do is I am applying new internet connection which is going to yield $1,000 bill per month. You don't know that. I am giving your first name and last name and just simply I am applied for the DSL connection. So at the end of the month you got $1,000 bill. Are you going to pay this amount? No, right? You are going to sue the company. So that's why it should not accept dummy or any request. It should validate the information. Let's see how it's gonna validate. Now I am applying for new internet connection on existed phone number, right? So I'm submitting my phone number, my first name, my last name, address, zip code, and my SSN. Once I clicked on apply button, immediately my system will check, is it existed phone number or not? First it will contact phone module. In phone module, you can see all the existed phone connections information. So first it will check, is it existed phone number? Yes, it's already existed phone number. Then my system will contact personal information module. It will check, okay, the first name both are equal or not, the last name both are equal or not, zip code, SSN, everything. It will compare. If all are equal, then only it move to the next level. I am applying for new DSL connection on this in zip code 08536. Then it will check internet module. In 08536 we are providing internet or not. If we are not providing any internet, then it will throw the error, we don't have any connections in this zip code. Yes, we are providing, then it moves to the next level. I am applying for 100 Mbps speed. We are providing 100 Mbps speed in this pin location or not, it will check. If we are not providing, then it will show one option. We are providing only these speeds, select one speed. If you select 10 Mbps, then it will process and it will give you the order number. Okay, if we are providing 100 Mbps, directly it can process and it's going to generate one new order for connection. Then this order copy will send to the maintenance team, one order copy support team, one order copy to the client, means you. See here, simply we are applying DSL connection through net. At the end, after just after few seconds, we are getting the confirmation. That's it. But behind the screens, how the system should process this request, clearly they can put under design documents. Okay, here I said compare all the information. So according to that, the developers are going to write the code. Okay, they can write high level design document and low level design documents, different types of documents. Who is going to write this? Architect. Okay, so in technical requirement specification document, you can see all the designs, servers information, communication, how to process requests, everything, technical flows. Okay, so who is going to write this document? System analyst. These guys, like all the network managers, project managers, DB managers, and architects, all these guys are going to involve here, right? These guys analyze the client requirement and they can put all these things in the document. But the system analyst, system means our application, he is going to analyze. He can analyze the requirement, is it meeting or not. If it is meeting, then he can put all this information in TRS document. Okay, so BA is gathering requirements. I'm going to put BRS document. Then the technical team involved, high level team, manager level people, and they are going to write technical requirement specification document. Next, plan. According to the client requirement, according to the client budget, the project manager is going to plan the project. What is plan actually? So I am the client, Bank of America client. Just I said, we need savings and check-in account functionality first. Check-in account functionality. We are planning to deploy this, application in 50 branches in first cycle. In second cycle, once you develop, credit card functionality and loan account functionality, we are planning to deploy in 150 branches. Based on the budget and client schedules, we are going to plan the project. For example, Jan 1st, we are starting this project. By end of the August, we are planning to finish cycle 1, means release 1. In release 1, savings and account check-in account functionality we are developing. In release 2, by end of the December, we are planning to give loan and credit card functionalities. Okay, so here we need to finish this project, savings and check-in account functionality In how many months? In 6 months. If I want to finish the total functionality in 6 months, how many developers, how many testers and other required people? Okay, what is the budget? How many hours the client is giving? So according to the budget, how many senior level developers, mid level developers, low level developers, testers, mid level, high level, and lead. According to the budget, I can calculate how many hours it will take. According to that, I will recruit the persons and I will start my work. I'm planning like this. First Jan month, complete documentation. So far we discussed BRS document, TRS document, project plan document, design document, different documents are there, right? So I'm going to finish all the documentation in 1 month, Jan. We are going to start coding in the month of Feb, March, April, 3 months for coding. May for complete testing. We are going to, as a tester, I'm going to report some bugs, right? They are going to fix it. Again, I have to conduct retest. So June and July, June for retesting and July for user acceptance testing. Then in the month of August, we are going to deploy the code in client environment, means we are releasing the product. We are planning like this. So this is project plan document. This is called planning phase based on the client requirement and budget. So planning, we are having BRS document to understand the business in our hand. We are having TRS document in our hand to understand the technical flows. We are having design documents, high level design and low level design documents in our hand to understand the design. Already we are having clear plan. Now the developers are going to enter into the phase and they are going to write the code according to the client requirement. Once they finish with the code, then the testers are going to come into the phase and going to test the application. Okay, so here they will report some bugs. Again, the developers are going to fix the bugs. It's a cycle. We will discuss later. Once we completed testing, then we are going to release the product into the market or in the client location. Okay, in future the client may request some changes, the client may found some bugs, some bug leakage will be there, so maintenance phase will be there. So these are the phases you can see in software development life cycle. Okay, a quick review on SDLC. In initial phase is gathering requirements. Who will gather these requirements? Business analyst is going to gather the requirements and he is going to write BRD document or BRS document, business requirement specification document. It contains all the business flows of the application. Then technical requirement specification document. Who is going to write this document? The system analyst. And other guys like architects and different guys are going to involve here. What it contains? The technical flows of the application. Then planning, then coding, testing, release and maintenance. So these are the phases. Some guys are asking here, Ravi, already gone through some material. In material I am saying gathering requirements, requirement analysis, planning and designing, coding, testing and release. But you are saying BRS, TRS, different things. Both are equal or not? Both are equal, guys. If I am giving any documentation, what you will do? You can read the document, understand and you can analyze, right? So business requirement, it's a document. Technical requirement, it's a document. Okay, so all these phases they put under requirement analysis. Requirement analysis means writing the BRS document. So while writing BRS document, the BA will put review meeting with the client and he will change the requirement according to the client suggestions. In technical requirement also a lot of discussions will be there, reviews will be there. All these things comes under requirement analysis. We are meeting the client requirement or not, we can discuss over here. Instead of saying requirement analysis, just split it into different phases and explain with examples for better understanding. Okay, so these are the phases present in SDLC. So thank you guys, thanks for your time. Please subscribe to learnqaeasy.com